it. You know what time it is?
Guess what
time it is?
7:30 Mountain Standard Time, folks.
On the dot. Look at us.
You know what that means?
We showed up on time for once.
I mean,
That's
we're
what
a
that
little
means.
late.
Yeah, we're like 10 minutes late.
No, not quite. We're like 6 minutes late.
Nice.
All right,
Folks.
exaggerations all around.
We're like a year late. Folks, welcome back to the Producer Lounge. This is our show. This is our music production broadcast brought to you by Always 400. Big sheesh to them, our benefactors. Folks, if you guys are new here, welcome. We're going to sit here and talk about music production the whole time. That's all we do.
The whole time.
We're going to not gatekeep a single thing because we don't believe in that bullshit. Feel free to hop in the comments, hop in chat here live on Twitch /Always400official. And fucking ask us questions, comment. If you have grievances, you can air them in the comments as well if you don't like the sound of my voice. If you don't like the way Austin is super excited every single time, you can let him know in the comments.
You should bottle your emotions a little bit more, man.
But either way, you should subscribe and follow and hit the like button.
Indeed.
Always 400.
I feel like it instantly got hotter the second I turned the AC off.
Yeah,
just
of course.
that little
It'll do
bit
that.
of fucking cool air. Oh,
Of course.
man.
I know. I can't wait for winter.
Also, you're
Yeah, winter's
sitting
coming.
right next to the air conditioner.
Yeah,
so-
that's
and
very
you're also
obvious for
wearing
me.
pants and 3/4 sleeve shirt.
Oh, I know.
yeah, like a maniac.
I don't even own shorts.
I was thinking about throwing a beanie on, and then I was like, that's not going to work at
Yeah.
all.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's not
Bad
gonna,
idea.
it's not going to happen.
Why would I do
Bad
this?
idea.
I'll be sweating in 2 seconds.
Yeah, just dripping the whole time. Just
Yeah, I wanted to wear my Ivy Lab beanie in honor of
shout
the
out
new shite.
Shout out the Dons Ivy Lab. They're by the time you see this episode live on YouTube, the album would have dropped yesterday. But if you're watching live right now with us, it drops Thursday. Shout out those guys. Those are the kings, dude.
Fucking
They're so
kings.
fucking good.
Yeah, if you're around them when they're playing one of their AV sets in the next coming couple months, go see that shit.
If you're in Denver,
It will fucking
we'll be there.
fuck you in the mind.
Mhm.
Yes, it will. Also in the heart. Right in the heart. Right in the heart.
It's gentle with your heart, though.
Kinda.
Depends on who you are.
Yeah. Yep.
If you can handle it or
That's,
not.
yeah, that's true. I forget we're all just like deep into everything, and it takes really a lot to make us like.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it does take
Whatever.
a lot for
Shit's
me to
intense.
get emotional.
Yeah.
That shit is intense, though.
It's very intense.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a friend be like, do you ever like feel emotions when you're going to a show or whatever? Or you're just analyzing everything at all times? And I'm like, basically analyzing everything at all times.
Really hard.
The last time that I didn't was at Ivy Lab, and it was very fucking like, oh.
Yeah.
Right. If the visual
It was
content
hitting
wasn't there,
me.
I
If the-
feel like our friend Molly was.
I was
helping
also
out, though,
analyzing.
You know,
Miss
she
Molly
was
does
being
help,
really
but-
nice that night.
Yeah, I mean she'll
She'll.
tug on your heartstrings.
I don't think I needed.
No,
needed her
but I
for
think the visual aspect, at least for me, helps take me out of analyzing the music because I'm treating it more like I'm watching a film. So then the music just becomes the score and it's just kind of the mood of what's happening. Where if
Totally.
there was no visual aspect, then it's much harder for me to like step away. That's why most of the time when I go to shows, I close my eyes and dance because that's like the closest I can get to try and not sit there and just be like, well, he's loading up another banger, I guess.
I want to see.
What are the lights doing?
Yeah, yeah.
Are people enjoying this around me?
Yeah, dude,
Which-
that's what I've been doing is watching crowds more than the DJ lately.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in watching how they react to what song and like trying to mentally piece together why. Like, are they
Still
dancing more
analyzing.
because this one? Yeah, still fully analyzing,
Yeah.
right?
Right, but a different aspect.
Yeah, different
sure.
aspect.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Yeah, the other reason
the peaks and valleys of it too.
Mhm.
right,
where
the
you're
whole
like,
set.
Oh, this is a mellower thing, but then like the next song comes on and you're like, oh, because the next song
Right.
hits.
Mm-hmm.
And so the little mellow moment was nice.
Those ups and downs.
To let that fucking next one go hard.
Yeah, that's you know, a DJing aspect
Yeah.
to be aware of. But I mean, it's not necessarily a DJing aspect. It's a playing live because like a band will do this too. You know, they'll piece together their set to tell a story. You know, and a lot of times if like a band is playing just out an album, they've constructed and put the album together for that reason as well. So that if you listen straight from the beginning of an album, it will, you know, take you through the motion.
Mm-hmm. I remember when we saw Turney and Sound do their second residency set or whatever at Black Box, and I came a little bit later, but I remember there was this moment where they were going into the D&B rinse part of their show.
Bless them.
Yeah, and they would drop literally just like 5 D&B drops back to back without a single break, and you could see the whole crowd like going hard and dancing and doing all this shit. And the second they would actually like give you a first breakdown, you could see everyone just kind of like, oh, okay, cool. I can like breathe for a second, reset. And I was like, oh, they're doing, I see. That's like very intentional on their part.
Yeah.
Been thinking about that a bunch.
Almost like every 4, they would allow a little bit of a breakdown or an intro and then just go straight for 4 again.
Yeah.
Yeah, which kind of works out to just stamina as a DJ in general. Like a lot of the time, you're like, if you're trying to rinse, then at some point you're not going to have one ready to go.
Right.
And then a breakdown isn't.
Oh.
It's time for a breakdown at that point. The song's probably going to have one. And then you let the breakdown go. And then all of a sudden, oh, now I have a way to get into this next thing. And then everybody gets a break. So
and
it can kind of just work.
Yeah, if you're
without trying.
If you're thinking ahead too, you're choosing that 4th song knowing you're not going to be able to get something after it and being like, oh, this one's got a really good long breakdown. Or the 5th song has a really long intro, so you can just be like, and then just let it just ride while you try and figure out what the next couple songs will be.
But this isn't the DJ podcast.
It is not.
It's not. But it's good to talk about occasionally for a small amount of time because that's how us producers usually play out our tunes, and it's good to know how that works while writing your tunes.
Exactly.
Speaking of that,
it's good. Yeah. Continue.
A little segue.
Yeah. Love it.
Little. Whoa. That's me on a segue, folks. Yeah. I've been really trying to work on my atmosphere construction and stuff.
Indeed.
Kind of goes into the last couple episodes we've had where it was just us 3 and we were like making pads out of random sounds and stuff like that. But I've really been trying to hone in on, like really trying to get interesting textures and soundscapes running with a combination of resampling with like moving filter modules and other things like that, and then just continuing to resample down and not keeping it overly complicated every time I'm going to resample it, because I know I'm going to resample it and then do a little bit more complication, resample it down, do a little bit more complication, and then by the end of it you just have this landscape of just moving beautiful objects the whole time. And I've also been putting a lot more delays in there, like really, really long delays, which has been really nice. So like every time a new note or new moment comes in, like it's just, it'll repeat, but it's, it takes a while for it to repeat, and then it repeats on itself again, and it just continues to like add. And before it gets too much, you resample it down and you take just, the good part and loop that or whatever, and keep like resampling it down. And I've been coming up with some pretty fun little textures that I enjoy.
I always go back and forth on like if I want to send it into like ping pong world with my delays like that, if they're really long and repeating on themselves, or if I want to try and do like a stereo imager like little control, so it's not fully
Sure.
like you know? So what are your thoughts?
I'll do
with that?
both.
Combination?
At least that's what I did on this most recent session. Is I had more of just a stereo delay, and then in the feedback, because in Bitwig you can add effects into the feedback of the delay itself. So I'll add then a ping pong delay in the feedback effect of the delay.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's fucking great. And it'll be even longer than the initial delay.
That's so crazy.
So then
delay the delay feedback.
right. But that ping pong, it's not at 100% width. It's like 50% because I don't want it super fucking wide, because that doesn't make sense if something's really long and progressive and like far away. It doesn't just like end up on either side of you. It doesn't like make sense to me. So I have it just kind of ping pong a little bit, but then I add like a chorus or something like that, so the whole thing gets kind of more spread across the whole spectrum.
Or like if you automate a reverb, the delay starts to turn into like a blur.
Right.
As it gets further and further.
Speaking of which, Bitwig has this little kind of Haas effect plugin called Blur. And
sounds perfect for this instance.
It has 4 delays that you can kind of like shape around and move around that are hyper fast. So, it's just like a Haas, but it kind of helps blur everything out without a lot of phasing. Or it's easy to keep it from phasing too much. So I've been doing that. Yeah. The delay on the delay is pretty damn fun. You can get something similar by just grouping your delay in with another delay like right afterwards on like 50%.
Yeah.
And then having that whole group at like 50%.
Yeah.
So that kind of works. But Bitwig's effect in the delay feedback is goated. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
You can just get some of the coolest fucking things.
If you poke up a node in that delay feedback, the smallest amount just wants to just it like really fucking goes.
Yo, I'm here.
Yeah, they have it on reverb as well.
Yeah, you got to be careful. It's really easy to peek it out.
The ping pong versus the more just like, so there would be ping pong, which has like your here, hard right and left, and then like standard, which is just whatever you feed into it, and then there will be, at least in the Bitwig delay, but obviously everything kind of has these options. Just like a mono delay is also really nice. They're all three really good, and it's just very case dependent. Like, how wide are the rest of the things happening in the tune at that moment? Do I need, where's that delay going to fit in nicely and not like get in the way of other things? That's what I'm thinking about a lot of the time. Also with like a direct delay that's just giving back the exact same kind of width that you're getting originally. I like doing grouping it and then swapping the left and the right, so it does exactly the opposite width kind of difference. That's a fun way to do it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I found the mono delay is pretty fun when you're trying to get stuff to like really convey far awayness. Because, and especially if it's just like real subtle and quiet, and it doesn't need like a lot of it almost needs less feedback than you normally want, because if something's really far away and delaying monoly, then it's not gonna like ba 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 ba. It's just gonna like ba ba. It's just gonna do like 1 or 2 maybe, but you can really convey the psychoacoustic distance of it by having it really mono.
You could put some reverb onto that mono
so it
delay
sprays
too,
out a little
so
bit.
it is a little bit like wide, because you're gonna have a little bit of that, but like not a lot.
No,
like I would have that pretty dry, leaning reverb on top of that like mono delay,
dry but
kind
big
of a thing, and also maybe compress a little bit.
Oh yeah, slam that bitch, get it really fucking just
fucking tucked, deep, in the
and
fucking background.
In a moment where there isn't a lot happening, and it can just kind of sing right in the middle is fucking rad.
Totally.
There's actually one of the Ivy Lab tracks that they're coming out with on Thursday that has like something like that happen. And that's kind of when I started thinking about it. I was like, oh, that sounded so good in fucking headphones, because I was listening to it in my headphones, and it just like, there was all this width happening, and then something just real small was like, boom, boom, just
Dead center
as fuck.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that sounded so far away. It was fucking so rad. It was so good.
Yeah, that is a concept I feel like people kind of forget about, is like mono, or even like very close to mono, is so powerful. Can be so powerful. Everyone's always talking about, oh, if you want to do the big loud in your face, you got to go wide and up front. And like, I guess we have talked about the high end being more mono, so it seems closer, but like,
yeah, the Christmas tree effect.
The Christmas tree, yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
but a lot of times,
sick.
yeah, I mean, that's a general rule.
General rule.
The like little Christmas tree, or the teardrop, or the vagina, however you want to call it. But yeah, having things that are very intentional in the mono area, in moments where things are super wide, or vice versa, something super wide intentionally when a lot of stuff is mono. That's where a lot of the flavor really can pop.
Like we always talk about, just creating contrast as a whole.
Yep.
There's a way that you can do it, like basically any moment. It doesn't even have to be like in the drop. Like doing that subtly in your build-ups and in your verses and intros still adds like really cool excitement that you wouldn't necessarily notice unless you're like breaking down the track and like really actively listening, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just that kind of stuff like the listener picks up on, but like doesn't really hear, but they're like, oh, this just like sounds good for some reason.
Yeah.
And then we listen, we're like, oh, we could tell you why.
Oh, I can tell you why.
Another fun thing to do with delays, well, a couple things. Pitching before or after the delay is fun.
Yep.
Especially, obviously, in parallel is like the ideal way to do that. So you could do some kind of a tape effect, or like a, what's like the go-to RC20, like
like a wow
kind of effect,
or a pitch
before or
even.
after does a really good job. After feels more like a tape effect.
Yeah.
Before, it's like similar, but you get the delay. The delay will be consistent to when it hits. So,
right, it's a little more synthetic almost.
Yeah. It's maybe even a little more organic in that, like the delay is actually delaying like a like the thing where it is.
Right.
Even though if you're doing it before the delay but in parallel, it still is just like not the same as the original thing. But any kind of like pitch fuckery is nice. Like I like a delay on like a repitch mode, or where it's when you turn the amount of the delay, it changes the pitch for a second, where it's like,
right.
Like that kind of a thing, like a little bit of a random, just barely kind of nudging the amount of delay happening.
Right, a little bit of wow on the delay.
Yeah, wow on the time of the delay is like kind of fucking insane.
It is sauce.
Yeah, your boost. You're not only are you changing the pitch, you're changing the time slightly, which just adds to like the organic kind of nature of it.
Right,
which is really sick.
Right, you could almost call it an analog kind of feel, because analog delays, that's exactly what, because it doesn't like stop as the input's coming in. It just like will shift.
Yeah.
It'll basically pitch shift or pitch drift as that moves across in time, which is fucking super fun.
Yep, and in the same kind of way, a panning effect before the delay is good too.
I haven't thought about that.
Yeah, that's where you can get really cool
or
things.
After.
Yeah, before or after. You can do fun stuff where you're playing with the stereo image more than just like hard left or hard right, or just like hard 50% left, hard. I guess that wouldn't be hard, but you can have like your delay go like 50% to 100%, then 50% to 100%, and like you can play with that a lot more.
Right, a little more intention into where the delay is dropping.
All those little subtleties I feel like are just fucking so sauce.
Dude, yeah.
I think the mono idea that you were just talking about though, this is where I have an issue is my brain. I want to do this thing that I'm saying to every single fucking one of my sounds.
I know, right?
So like, there's no sounds that are just like crispy, like mono dry, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, like we used to do a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm
and it
trying
was
to have, like,
basically
one or
all
two.
of that. But nowadays, I'm literally the opposite. There's every single sound I'm trying to make slightly wide or more wide or less wide, but
Yeah.
like it's never just like dead center mono dry, you know?
Right.
Which I should probably do a little more of those kind of things. I think that would help the flavor.
Yeah.
Certain
Contrast.
styles definitely kind of lead into that a little bit more. Like I remember trying to do like rhythm inspired stuff, and I would do like, since it's just like a fourth note, you know, like bum 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 bum, you could have one sound be really wide and then it like sucks up for a second, goes mono, and then like spreads out again because it's such a simple pattern. And you can
Sure.
like really hear that, right?
You're right. Right.
But then like I don't know, like certain genres, maybe if your bass line is even just like longer for a bit and then you have a little fill, like it just feels different, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'll do a lot of taking into mono or pretty damn mono before big moments or stuff like that,
Yeah.
where I have like
Like in your build-ups right before the drop or something?
or like halfway through the drop, right before like a fill, like it'll just like suck and then come back
Yeah,
out, like
yeah.
stuff like that. I like to do, or if it's like a pad, I like depending on what else is playing, I like the pad to kind of play around with wherever the other thing isn't. So if something's really wide or kind of moving around from mono-ish to wider, I'll do the opposite with the pad, so that, or whatever the kind of bass layers are. So as the main cool guy or whatever goes wide, whatever's under it kind of goes a little bit more mono.
Nice.
To kind of try and
That's
move
fucking
things, but I often forget about it.
I wonder, do you think
Right.
there's a way to set up some sort of like, almost like side chain type thing?
Yeah, probably.
Of course.
Yeah,
Shaper box.
yeah. Shaper box. It's got
There's a width.
a width box.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And you
yeah.
could sidechain it, so every time something does something, it'll go more
Of
mono.
course.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Shout out cable guys.
Damn.
Yeah.
You
Or
gotta
wide.
get that.
You could
Or
tell it
wide,
to
yeah.
go wide. Yeah.
Right.
And I
So
think
cool.
it is mid-side kind of is what it's doing.
Yes,
I
I think that's
don't
correct.
actually know.
Mm.
I'm actually just assuming.
Hey, cable guys, come on the show.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Cable guys.
The whole team.
Let's get the cable guys on the show.
God,
Devs, let's get you on here.
Come on,
So-
devs.
That just sent
maybe
my
on
brain
the
into.
new podcast we're cooking
Right.
up.
Oh yeah,
That could be a good one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually,
little
that would be
tease for that.
sick.
That would be.
Producer
fucking
Portal
insane.
coming soon, folks.
Would be
Producer Portal.
badass.
The PP.
That PP.
The fuck was that sound? Did you just shit your pants? Folks, did you guys hear that?
I heard it, yeah.
Holy
I
shit.
heard
That
it
definitely
in
came through the
headphones.
microphones.
That was a wet one, dude.
Dude, it's the worst notification sound ever.
I'm going to make sure when I print this episode for YouTube, I boost that
You
part.
boost it,
It's
yeah,
just-
so everyone can hear it. Oh, dude, AT and AC give me shit for it all the time
Did
because
you-
it is so abrasive.
Did you make that sound?
You know what you have to
No.
do?
I
You just
know, right?
silence your phone.
Yeah, or do you choose a different sound?
Well, that's the thing, you can't for that app.
Of course you can.
Oh, what app is that?
I don't remember the name. It's just some app to remind me to drink water.
Oh, I see. Well, you
Yeah.
should be able to like just silence your phone completely,
Oh, I did.
right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I kind of want to change my notifications to "You got mail."
Oh God.
The fucking movie's iconic. Shout out Tom Hanks. But
No
this
doubt.
this isn't the movie lounge. This is or the Tom Hanks lounge. Though I wish it was.
One day.
The Tom Hanks Lounge.
TH lounge, bro.
Yeah. Remember when he was a shill during COVID?
Yep. Sure
Crazy.
do. Wild. Folks, we love you guys, okay? We also love Tom Hanks regardless of his opinions. Just like we love everyone regardless of their opinions.
Yeah.
Right? You think I'm weird. That's
true.
okay.
I tell him every day.
It's true. He'll wake me up in bed. Morning, weirdo.
Yeah, right. As if
Yeah, as
Are
if.
you in my
he's awake
room?
when you're asleep.
Oh, he is awake. He's just still awake.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, that's
Right.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only time I can do it because I can't wake up at 7.
Right.
When you get up, no way.
It's kind of like Poon. All the
Yeah,
Poon
it's
just
just like
barges
Poon
into my
rolling in
room
at like 4
hammered.
a.m..
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Shout out
Love
Poon
that. We got to get him
Yeah.
back on the pod.
One day.
when he
One
moves
day.
out of Arizona. Cool. Yeah. I mean, delays.
Delays.
Delays are fun.
We did a solid delay chunk there.
Yeah, it was like a half an hour of delay.
I wrote down this thing
It's like we were
that was
delaying.
really sick, but I can't remember why I wrote it down. So I just want to say it and see if it sparks anything in your
Okay.
guys' brain.
Okay.
Shepherd's noise.
Shepherd's noise. Well, something that rises,
Definitely.
indefinitely, or just something that loops noise-wise, because shepherd's tones
I think that's what I was
are
imagining.
infinite in their loopability.
Oh, I remember. There's this thing I've been playing with, and it's like the concept of a shepherd because something's coming in as another thing is leaving, but there's no pitch
And he has to
change
go like
it
find
at
the
all.
flock, or what? Sorry.
No, so I've been doing this thing for breakdowns specifically or intros. I can never find like noise samples that seem to be long enough, which has actually kind of been a good thing. So what I'll do is like on the downbeat on the one, on the breakdown, you have just a big noise and it fades out. But as that one's fading out, you fade in a whole new sound.
Okay, yeah, I do that
And then
quite
you-
often.
Yeah, you can just keep doing that concept. So it's like fading in a new sound and fading in a new sound.
Especially
and-
if it's like a new texture of noise.
Exactly. It
too.
has
Yeah.
to be. You
Okay.
can't just do it with
All
the
right.
same sound, or you just get a looping.
Let's give
noise.
them an example. I'll start, and then Caleb,
Okay.
you'll bring in the next one, and then you'll bring in the
Folks,
next one.
you can
we'll do
use
a little
this.
circle.
You can record
This will be a this is just an example of how this works.
Oh, a little flutter.
Wow, that was a nice one.
Yeah, it wasn't that nice one.
I feel like you gotta be less transient with it though.
Right,
'Cause
I
the
wanted
transient
to add
makes it
that
too-
transient.
Alright,
Sorry,
I could
sorry.
tell. I can tell.
We can
All
do
right,
it again.
Go.
No. Okay. Yeah. Why not? Oh, mine was-
You just blow into the microphone. Hilarious. There's some sub
It's
bass for you
beautiful.
guys.
It's beautiful. You can EQ that out. It's fine.
Dude, and that shit is so much fun. It makes a boring old noise so sick. And
Sure.
the hard part is
Did you
like
say it gives a boring it gives a boring old noise so sick.
I thought I said make. Did I
No.
say gives?
Yeah, you said gives.
Dude, it gives a boring old noise sick.
Dude, it
So
gives
sick.
a boring old noise. So sick, dude.
It does. No, I definitely agree.
It does give it
Okay.
sick.
Okay.
Right?
I haven't done it with that thought in mind, but I will oftentimes, like especially with build ups rather than
Yeah, it has to
build
be
downs.
Yeah, breakdowns.
Breakdowns, I guess.
It has to be build up because you can build up or breakdown. That I've never used it as like a consistent, but maybe I don't know, noise floor type.
I mean, as far as an atmospheric thing goes, I think you could use that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very easily for that sort of thing. Less aggressively, probably.
yeah,
And
You have
maybe
to be
with some
subtle.
like more finesse, like maybe some notching. When you were saying shepherd's noise, I was thinking of like
Some kind of movement.
whenever I want to make it something feel slightly shepherdy, I like doing a like a notch going from low to high over and over
Mm.
again, like kind of looping.
Shepherd's
that way.
filter.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you could do something like that with like delay and apply some of the delay things we've been talking about,
Mm-hmm.
and and then do it across multiple
Right.
noises.
Right.
You got a lot,
100%.
a lot of different atmospheres there.
And then it's fun if
Be
you
fun.
do use separate samples just over and over through your breakdown or build up. Now you have easy control over every individual channel, so you can do fun stuff with stereo, where this one pushes this way now,
Right.
This one
Yeah.
pushes
Right.
this
right.
way.
Totally.
Or yeah, the filtering thing is great, or like literally whatever effect now that you can think of with it You can send it into a weird spot, and then it pulls back
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah.
Wonder how well noise flutters with the pitch, the frequency shifter trick.
Oh, it
Oh.
works
The
great.
50%.
Oh, it does?
It's awesome.
It
Nice.
flutters good.
It's weird because it's very, very like phasery sounding.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it
that makes
doesn't-
sense.
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
really notchy.
It's super, super
Yeah,
notchy
that
and
makes
like
sense.
way more
Comey.
obvious.
Yeah. Comey,
But it's
that's
still
the
cool.
word I'm looking
It's
for.
cool. I think it works a lot better with like faster flutters with the shifter. If you have the shifter at like at least like 10 hertz to 30 hertz kind of range, just because like like it does work. I know. Look at that. We're giving you exact
I like the
numbers.
exact numbers.
Yeah.
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 It's fun.
Something about it. It's like it does work with the slower ones, but something about your brain. Since it's already a high-end sound, you're almost like subconsciously wanting a faster rate, you know?
Mm,
Maybe that's just me.
interesting.
Yeah.
I gotta fuck with that.
Yeah.
Quick shout out to Kilohertz. I just kind of recently remembered that they have a frequency shifter too, and I was using it, and it's so fucking clean, and it's so fucking precise. It's just like it moves shit perfectly. It's fucking great. I like totally forgot about it. Then I saw
Yeah.
it in one of their TikToks, and I was like, oh yeah, they have a fucking frequency shifter.
Yeah.
And it's fucking great.
That
yeah,
is
it's
actually
really great.
amazing that you brought that up because I've been building little racks for the frequency shifter trick where you do it at like 50%,
Mhm.
calling them the shifter split racks.
The shifter split racks.
Yeah. And then I have one with just the basic Ableton shifter, and then I have one with the Yuhi Ubik S shifter, and that one's fucking sick because it has a feedback on it.
Yeah.
But I was trying to think, and I couldn't even think of any other shifters. But there's a third.
Yeah.
Now I can add a third to the
There's
thing.
gotta
KHS.
be a Melda one.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
got it.
there
Oh yeah,
has
just
to be,
Melda
right?
freak shifter.
There
Yeah.
has to be.
Probably
Ooh.
Melda shifter.
I've never
Yeah.
looked, but you gotta imagine.
Ooh, I'm gonna build some
and-
racks tonight.
For everybody, and just in case you don't understand what a frequency shifter does, it literally shifts the frequency one frequency at a time specifically. So whereas, you look at your EQ, you have your low end, it's like the big section from 20 to 40 or whatever, and then like 1,000 to 1,040 is like such a small number. It literally just linearly
Lenny Earl
shifts
Lee.
every single frequency. So
Yeah.
if you have like a snare drum, for instance, and you do a little frequency shift at 100% wetness up, it just tightens everything up kind of in a different kind of way than you would get from like just a basic pitch shifting algorithm.
And it's
Will
definitely cool doing it on snares because then you keep a lot of the tone on the high end from it,
Right.
but you're
Yep.
like changing the fundamental
Yep.
around a little, and it just feels like natural.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's just it's a different way of doing pitching, and when you understand it in that way, it helps you understand what you should use it for
Yeah.
or whatever.
And then it explains why when you do the shifter split trick, why things are phasing in a like non-linear way. Where
Do you
the
wanna-
high end is.
Do you want to explain the trick again for people who haven't heard?
For those who don't know, check out episode 127. We go in depth.
That's not true.
So,
just give a quick rundown of it.
like Dave was
I
saying,
was impressed for a second. I was like, he knows the exact number that
no
we
way.
went into this.
that's one of my
That's
favorite bits is to
crazy.
just refer back to this episode and throw out a random
It'll be
number.
links right here.
That is a good bit, actually. Yeah. Hey, click on the link right here. It'll be.
Yeah,
It just never is.
yeah,
It's
we just
somewhere.
You
throw
can
'em to
click
a
right down
random one.
here and
Right.
That's how we
Check
just
it out.
that's our view or that's our like view farming technique because we just keep sending people to episodes and they listen to the whole thing and then they're like, oh wait,
Right.
it wasn't in here. I guess I'll check this one instead.
Yeah.
Because we also say, oh yeah, check. I don't know.
But how do they do the trick?
How do they do the trick? So like Dave was explaining, frequency shifters shift each individual harmonic linearly. So if you have one harmonic at 100 hertz and you shift up the entire sound 100 hertz, this bottom guy's going up a large portion compared to your 10,000 hertz one, which is right here. moving up 100 hertz, barely does anything. So it creates this interesting phaser kind of like wobble effect if you look at it in an EQ and a spectrum analyzer, where the high end would be moving less intense and the low end would be moving quicker. Or do I have that backwards?
You're right.
I think that's
yeah.
right. But
It's
did you-
basically-
Because there's a larger... Oh, wait.
It's the same.
Can I explain this?
You can do the linear side of it isn't really that big of a deal.
Yeah, that's not the
it's
trick.
It's just like a respace where you're offsetting the two signals so that they phase and then they wobble.
Right. Did you mention that it's in a group?
That's basically
with a dry,
what the thing is.
I did not.
Yeah, you basically put it in a group with a dry signal coming in too,
Yeah.
and you blend those together, and that's what starts to phase shift
Yeah.
each other.
Or just put the dry wet at 50%.
The exact
Or that.
same
You
thing
have options.
as a respace.
yeah, it's
But
doing
then
the same thing.
I was thinking, so if you look at it in a spectrum analyzer, it shows, you can see like the little waves happen in the frequency spectrum. It looks like they're happening at different speeds, but I think that might just be because of the way EQs show the
linear aspect
frequencies.
definitely makes a difference. It's
I don't know
doing
if it
something.
does,
It's
though.
either the
because
it
everything is
definitely
still
does.
moving at 100 hertz. I think it's just the visual that shows it.
It definitely makes a difference. It's not that big of a.
I don't know if it's the visual or if it's
Thing.
the way the frequency shifter is moving all the frequencies up in time, and so it's not constantly. It's not like. I mean, I don't know. This is just my thought on it. Like maybe when you shift it up, it's not like a permanent shift. It's like kind of oscillating back and forth, and that's why when you mix it with the dry signal, it'll phase when it's close and then unphase and phase and unphase because it's moving back and forth.
Yes.
So
Totally.
there might be some kind of just inherent movement with the frequency shifter in of itself.
It's that, and in combination with the fact that like 20 hertz just moves slower than a 10,000 hertz cycle.
Right.
So that's why you're getting the boom.
Right.
Look at us figuring stuff out.
Yeah, that's why the
like we know how
vibrato
shit
is the vibrato is slower at those lower cycles.
Yeah,
and faster at
exactly.
the upper end of the register.
Bam. That's
like
why.
all those keywords there, folks.
Should we give him a little visual real quick?
Sure, we can do that.
I'm a visual learner. This would help me.
Okay, you be 60 hertz.
No. If the viewer's watching, you're
Oh,
the.
yeah.
Oh, wait, no, that's what you're saying. Yeah, you're 60 hertz. I'm 10K.
Hilarious. We're just
It's been a wacky little
Yeah,
episode.
we're doing like actual examples. We're acting out our examples of things, everything. So funny. Hello?
We're just
folks,
comfortable
1 second.
here.
We'll be back. Here we go.
Was that not you?
It was me.
Oh, okay. For a second, I was like, oh, someone is actually knocking.
All right, folks. Here we are in the greatest DAW in all the land.
Ableton with a
And-
Bitwig skin.
Let's use.
Imagine.
That'd be so
Imagine
weird.
you could get Ableton to look this good.
Yeah. No fucking way.
Not a chance.
Let's just do serum for the boys.
Do you have a Ubic?
Yeah.
Ooh, can we also show them with the shifter?
Yeah.
Just because they have the
Of course.
feedback and it's really cool.
Turn off Sonar works.
Schnar. We should try it in comparison with the kilohertz one too, though. See how they sound.
Why is the sound? Oh, because I turned it way down. Oh, hang on, folks.
Uh-oh.
I've got to set the audio correctly here. Yada 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 yada.
Look at all those options.
Sound.
That fucking AT? Did you guys hear that?
I did hear that. He's loud as fuck.
Disrespect.
So now let's add a little clip here.
Little clippy clip.
We'll loop it. Just play C3.
Oh no, do a bass so we can get the full. Right? Because then it shows more harmonics.
Right.
Right?
Right? Right?
Right.
Right.
Thank God. Yeah, they're so silly tonight.
Right.
Oh.
Beautiful.
That way people can see, even though everyone else has mini meters up there, but we don't. So suck it, guys.
We'll give you all the analysis here in the producer lounge.
Producer lounge.
You big S, right?
That it.
Yeah, you don't need to go parallel unless you want to, just to show them. But yeah, mix it 50 and then move the
So you'll notice, folks. Actually, here, let's rotate this so people can see this. Hey, come here. You can see what we're talking about here. You'll notice how it moves and then it phases out, and then it comes back, and it moves and it phases out, and it comes back based on how far we're shifting it.
Yeah, I think the linear thing is definitely making that kind of be different as it goes up.
Exactly. Because
Which is, it is a little on the squishy side of things.
All right, that's probably why I'm obsessed with it.
Let's go down another octave.
Oh yeah.
And that's one about this is it can go fucking equal parts.
Yeah, you can go down or up.
Interesting.
Can get width out of it.
Change the phase in real time. That's kind of fun.
And then the feedback I've been obsessed with. Because
that is nasty.
Dude,
that's fucked, right?
We're making Aznadel
Do it the
sound.
opposite. Do it the opposite or feedback. Yeah, there you go. That works.
And this is really cool because, like, you would hear the sound,
Crazy.
and my first thought would be like, oh, that's just like formant filter, like just a big peak happening. But if you did a peak like that with an EQ, you would cause pitch drifting.
Right.
Which this is literally just a perfect
What is the
formant.
what does the 100% wet sound like?
Then it just shifts the whole sound up.
Oh, it's still.
Oh. Okay, yeah, no. Oh. Why is that happening? That doesn't make sense. Or does it?
Get the little ding on the way out. That's nice.
Oh, I missed it.
Let's get it back to null here. Oh, that's interesting.
Why is it fluttering?
It has
I'm so
noise.
confused.
It has like. It's adding noise to some extent.
Yeah.
Frequency range 1 hertz. So like.
Oh.
Ooh, nice.
Damn.
If you change this, that will give you way more shift when you change the shift knob.
And be careful because it gets extreme quickly.
Like if you change it to like 100 hertz or you know.
My favorite is the 10 hertz.
There you go.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah. Right?
Oh.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
It's a fart noise generator.
It's a fart noise generator. Yeah. You want to throw your sound in some Jello? There you go.
Let's try the kilohertz.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Does Bitwig have a default shifter?
Yeah.
Nice. There's another option. Oh, and then what do we say? Melda. Yeah, they have to have a shifter. That'd be insane if they didn't. Oh, so this one we have to parallel.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a dry wet. Interesting.
But what I like about it is you got the fine tune. Oops. grab it.
Right.
Yeah, you might like make a macro or something to
Yeah.
So what
finesse it.
I'm noticing, at least just visually, is it seems like the kilohertz has a way like deeper cut for some reason, or like wider. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Seems like deeper.
I mean, I think it's the amount. Really, is the big difference.
Mm.
And then just oh yeah.
Oh, freak ship. Oh, and they have a multiband. Whoa.
Of course they do.
What does
Multiband.
that even mean?
Weird.
There is a feedback knob,
Is there? Oh shit.
and it has sync. That's kind of weird.
Distortion built in. Oh shit, there's a
It's got
fucking
different shapes.
swing also. So you could almost make a frequency shifter. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, and the shapes. What does that mean? How is it controlling the shape?
Oh, it's got a distortion knob. Thank God. How sick. I
Yeah.
gotta fuck with this thing.
Dude, right? Holy shit.
We're discovering things all together.
all
everybody.
together. Look at this.
I never understand why there's always like 50 different visual feedbacks for each plugin. You're like, wait, why is there a completely different UI?
I know,
when
right?
I click on this other button.
I don't get it either. Because I don't think those aren't like different algorithms, right? It
I have no
literally
idea.
is just like UI funness for some reason.
No idea. It does seem like there's a lot of the same things, but there
Yeah.
also is different things.
But like if you go into the
I mean,
back
this
end,
one-
like into the edit mode, it's all just the same.
Right.
Yeah. So
right.
I don't know. I don't get it.
Oh, here you go.
Yeah. This is the fucking cool guy spot.
Crazy.
Right.
Can't wait. I need to just take a day and like try every fucking Melda plugin
Just really
just
dive
to find
in.
out.
Yeah.
There's got to be someone who does like an in-depth like every Melda plugin tutorial.
I think there is. I'm pretty sure there is, and he actually goes really hard. Can't.
You would have to. That's why I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Yep, there's a Bitwig one. It gives you like a range of shifting that you're doing, kind of like the Ubik one did. And then yeah, you have your width
Oh, look at that waveform.
difference.
Bouncing.
Oh. I like that. I bet you could make some fun wave tables like this. Just built-in frequency shifter shit.
Yeah, true.
Might be a little weird. You'd have to like do it in parallel and make the low end really nice and clean.
Yeah.
Would that be
Perhaps.
fucked up? I don't know. I just imagine like a detuned sine wave
Can't you,
as a printed waveform would just be weird, but maybe it's not.
can't you remove the fundamental?
You can. I don't remember how if you do it on like multiple.
Oh, here we go.
I always just
remove fundamental.
boom, there it is.
And then you can just
Yeah.
then it gets rid of it. Then you could add your own sub.
Yep. Bam.
It'll still do its thing because this is on it. We'd need to do a frequency shifter if Serum had one inside of here.
Get up on it.
Get up on it. Also, little quick tip: if you ever make respaces and want a more sturdy sub, do that exact thing Caleb did.
Yep.
Where you have a saw doing all your unison and fun movement, cut the fundamental and add a fundamental.
Yep.
Boom. Stability.
Or just work in faceplant. And you can just do that all day because you have 3 different lanes and as many oscillators as you want.
Damn. Shout out Faceplant.
You can also take out the fundamental of a wavetable or an oscillator as well. Kind of very
Same
similar
way.
way. Yeah.
Also, their wavetable editor is so sick.
it is sick.
It's really, really
I like it
cool.
a lot more than Serum's.
Yeah, same.
But
It's amazing.
Serum.
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 Serum. Well, is that it, boys? At 8:30? Do we got any more burning topics?
I mean, I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
We have not done an hour.
Yeah, we're
But-
just
Oh,
we're
because
just
we
shy,
started a hint late.
just shy of an hour, about 10 minutes.
Twitter was a little quiet. We didn't even get any questions.
Fucking X, dude.
Fucking
We're
X.
shadow banned, dude. We're shadow.
We must be.
Sure.
Past few weeks, we've gotten nothing from X.
That's actually a good artist name, Shadow Band.
Shadow band.
Shadow ban.
Folks, that's free for you,
Take that.
just for you guys.
And then when you blow up, you give us like 1% of your royalties.
There's got to be like a nice little like slightly not shadow ban or shadow band like shadow bam, for instance,
Or Shadow.
or shallow ban,
Or Chateau
Shallow.
Ban.
or
Shadow Slam.
Chateau ban,
Chateau Ban.
Chateauban,
Amon
Chateauban.
Chateaubin.
Chateauban.
Obi-Wan Chateauban.
Oh, there we go.
Folks, thanks for tuning in this week to the Producer Lounge. I hope you learned something. We all did together.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all learned something this week.
It was a good week, a good
Goddamn
day.
I do gotta say, I love Melda. They're constantly just filling my heart with
The
love.
best.
Yeah, they're wild boys.
They got to work on their UI. We all
Shout
know
out
it. But
FL Studio
yeah. Well, why?
because they own Melda now.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it
sure.
official that happened?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, I'm just going off of things that other people told me. I don't know.
I remember
not
people
looked it up.
saying it was gonna happen, but yeah, I don't know if
I thought that's what John
I'm
said.
pretty sure it
but-
happened.
okay.
Folks, we might not be here next week. We're backpacking.
True.
Oh, it's a solo episode with your boy.
Or that.
Just kidding. That sounds.
Or that.
Oh.
You could
Yeah.
you
No
could
one wants to see
fucking
that.
Tim Dillon it.
Yeah.
You know?
You could just sit here and just rant about
You
shit.
could,
Oh, we could
yeah.
do a feedback night.
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
do a feedback.
night. Okay.
I guess you don't need to figure out how to. I'll
Record and
just
things.
show you how to set it up, but recording wise, you wouldn't have to
Yeah.
worry about it. Folks, thanks for tuning in. If you were here, thanks for watching on YouTube. We appreciate you. And we'll see you in a couple weeks. Join the Discord, !Discord in the chat right now if you're here. If not, always400.com. All the links are there. Join the Discord. You'll get notified when we do this and when the feedback streams are. So
That's right.
Folks.
Also, I'm playing a show. Playing my
Oh,
first show. My first Aznadel set at the Black Box.
Oh shit.
September 13th. Come watch me.
We'll be there.
Yep.
Yeah. The whole 400 gang will be there.
it's true.
Come watch me fucking blast some squishies at Black Box.
That's right.
That's
Blasting squishies, baby. All right, folks, like, subscribe, because we like and subscribe to you guys. See you later. Bye.